Over the weekend, there was a lot of hullabaloo. I saw that Bill Burr was getting canceled on Twitter, and it turns out it was due to the actions of his wife at the latest UFC event. It's an interesting thing. I mean, people were rightfully dunking on him. I mean, at least her, for example, she seems insufferable. But, I'm not married to the woman, so that is what it is. And, as a man who has seen many other men get dragged into bad situations because of their women, this is yet another one of them. If you've ever been to a local pub or something, oftentimes when women get involved, men escalate things, and they're the ones that end up getting in trouble in many scenarios. And that's seemingly exactly what's happening here. And I want to remind people, today is the very first day. We just turned on our Coffee Brand coffee gift boxes for Christmas. We have pre-built options. You can custom build yours however you want. You get your gift box all scheduled, all set up. We have new snacks this year. We have chocolate-covered sunflower seeds. We have kettle corn. We have peppermint bark. We have our chocolate-covered espresso beans like everyone loves. Promo code EARLYBIRD. You'll save 10%. We sell out every year. I say this, and then people still don't jump on it early enough. So I'm telling you, coffeebrandcoffee.com. Get your gift box today for those hard to shop for friends, family, and business partners. Here's Nia Renee Hill, Bill Burrs' wife, somebody who, as far as I know, has done nothing with their life. I'm not exactly sure what they do. They have a podcast and whatever. But this is what they said back in March 7th, 2020. God, I hope Trump gets the coof. I think that's gross. I think the same thing when people are dunking on people, when the left was dunking on people who were passing away from it, who weren't jabbed, or even when the right dunked on people who passed away who were jabbed. I don't like any of that. It makes me uncomfortable to be celebrating, mocking anyone's passing. I suppose other than maybe John McCain or something like that. But that's neither here nor there. So this is who this person is, right? Many of the replies get drudged back up. You hear big mad Trump accepted and invited in the trenches. You see, you called white people racist, then married a white dude. You are now infamous for the wrong reasons. Bill Burr trending. It'll be interesting to see how fast this goes private or gets wiped. We see you. I remember when Twitter would bounce people off their platform for tweets like this. Have you ever heard of karma? So lots of people, and these are all new replies, by the way. It got, resurfaced. This is who this individual is. They are allegedly an actor, writer, producer, director. I've never even heard of them. I guess their big thing is perhaps appearing on Bill Burr's podcast every once in a while. Maybe, this is something they do. They're a hype person for Bill Burr, I guess. That's what you do if you're a wife. I think that that's cool and all like that. But what happened was she was featured on camera at the latest UFC event, and it didn't exactly go well for her. Bill Burr has been trending nonstop ever since she had her big moment. You see, internet users have been left divided after Donald Trump was being filmed being flipped off while attending the UFC fight in New York on Friday night. Nia Renee Hill, actor, producer, and wife of Bill Burr, was less than impressed at seeing Trump on Saturday night, according to pictures circulating on social media. Trump entered the arena just before the featherweight fight between Diego Lopez and Pat Sabatini. Clips of Trump walking through the seats where Hill can be seen giving him the double bird in the background. Okay. The incident has prompted a mixed reaction on social media, with Trump supporters flocking to support their former president. You see this tweet from Libby Emmons. Donald Trump walks into arena that holds 20,000 people, 19,999 were so happy. And then there's Bill Burr's wife. You can see the clip here. Here's Trump. Here's Bill Burr in the front row. Here's his wife. Again, I have no idea what she is or isn't famous for. Now, she throws a double bird, and there's Kid Rock standing right there, I guess. I think Tucker Carlson was there. Here's the thing. First and foremost, it looks like she's flipping off the camera to me. That said, I don't think it's any kind of reach to, if you look at her tweet history, and the things she said, that this is for Trump. She knows Trump's on camera. I don't think she would have just flipped off the camera in general. They may try to spin it that way, but certainly this was Trump motivated. I do think that the reaction is interesting. You see, Alex writes, she is why he stopped being funny. I will never forgive her. A lot of people blame her for the downfall of his comedy. I never thought he was that funny, to be honest with you. Adrian Curry also have the nuts to do it to his face. Anyone can do things behind people's back. Had she flipped him off to his face, I'd at least respect it. It's also pretty tone deaf given the room she's in. I'd be embarrassed. It's like being at a pride parade and giving Kamala the finger. I suspect she might like that. I think that you have all these people dunking on Bill Burr for what his wife did, which I think is a little weak. That said, she has to read the room. You got front row seats. You're at Dana White's house. I'm sure they didn't pay for those seats. I'm sure they were guests of Dana White and the UFC. I don't think that that's a great look to be doing that. Obviously, Twitter was not happy at all with this individual. They were trending all weekend long, people dunking on them, people dunking on Bill Burr, telling her basically get your woman in line, this, that, and other thing. Look, I think she's entirely she can go do whatever she wants. She's entitled to express herself however she wants, but people are entitled to express themselves back. See, Mike Cernovich, Bill Burr's comedic bits about being henpecked were funny until last night. That really is his life. He's not doing jokes. He's doing a spoken word cry for help. 18,000 likes. One of the many lessons of Bill Burrs Wife flipping off the President Trump: do not marry toxic woke nightmare unless you want your life to be a living hell. Again, why is Bill Burr married to this? Isn't he a millionaire? LOL. If you're a millionaire, prioritize your health and get a personal trainer. There's no excuse for rich people to be severely obese and unhealthy. Well, apparently that's his wife. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on somebody's weight. That's not my spot. I'm starting to understand why Bill Burr's wife flipped off the President Trump. I've never met Bill Burr's wife. I've never talked to her. I've never mentioned her. That changes tonight. Apparently she's blocked her. I don't really care. I don't think, wow, I had no idea Bill Burr was married to Letitia James. It's weird. You see, Bill Burr isn't henpecked. This is from Razorfist. He is the same blue-pilled bedwetter he always was. Nick DiPaolo is what Bill Burr would be with actual material. No one is being soft on Bill Burr's self-esteem. He is living like human cattle when he could be living the dream. Again, this is his wife. Look, I don't know, fellas out there. Women too. I'm sure your husband has done something, that you have to defend, that you don't necessarily endorse. The problem is Bill Burr's whole shtick is kind of appealing to conservative dad humor, or like at least anti-woke humor. He plays both sides of the aisle. In his latest movie, what is it, Old Dads or whatever it is, he's essentially targeting this group of people. Netflix's Old Dads and the sharp growth of conservative pop culture. I'm 100% certain that Bill Burr is not conservative. He's had some interesting takes on lockdowns. He's definitely had some very woke moments, which, a lot of people blame on his wife. But again, dude, he's his own man. I just feel like I don't like to say, okay, this guy's wife, did something I disagree with, and it's Bill Burr's fault. I can get dunking on him, and maybe he'll come out and double down on it. But she's allowed to do that, and people are allowed to call her see you next Tuesday if they want. I think that it's more indicative of kind of the liberal mindset. You're in Dana White's house. You're on national television with Dana White's invited guest, Donald Trump, and that's how you react. And it's a little cowardly to do it, to his back. Like, tee, oh, I'm so cool. I'm so strong. I'm so, I'm fighting the machine. I don't know about that. And then Bad Dads is like, got all sorts of, anti-woke comedy and, push for traditionalism and real men and all this kind of stuff. This is your audience, Bill Burr. And, it's probably pretty an inconvenient truth that Bill Burr, his entire audience is conservative dads. You see Josh Denny, stop pretending like Bill Burr will suffer any consequences for Nia flipping off Trump. Freedom of speech in this country only exists for those that agree with the approved narratives. You see Jack Posobiec, looks like Bill Burr's wife flips off Trump here. Very classy. I mean, again, Bill Burr's career ended last night by his wife at a UFC event held at Madison Square Garden. Be on the lookout. I think that, to be fair, if it was Joe Biden, you see Andrew don't walk, rights. To be fair, I'd probably flip off Joe Biden if we were both in the same room. So I'm not triggered by Bill's wife's doing it. The difference is I'd make sure that Biden saw it, needed it behind Trump's back like a coward. And that's kind of where my position is on this. Like, look, if it was Fauci or Biden or Kamala or any of these other idiots approving sending all of my hard-earned tax dollar, my hard-earned money overseas to fight their endless wars, I'd be hitting them with the double birds too, pretty happily. But I'd make sure they saw it, and I think that sums up, kind of the ridiculousness of this, leftoid. He's living in her head rent free, essentially. So I guess Trump wins at the end of the day anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be curious to hear what you think about the outrage over this in the comment section down below. And don't forget to pick up your Coffee Brand Coffee gift boxes starting today. Promo code EARLYBIRD, link in the description. And we'll talk to you again real soon.